for me, it was very be yourself. This self-help mom.
She was thick as shit, yo.
That's the.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that's actually
That's some
crazy.
shit we.
Just like me and things like
You
that's
look
so
like
good.
you did a lot, bro. That mouth is covered, bro. What the fuck? Talking about.
Holy
Shit, I didn't do shit. Yo.
You did a lot, yo.
What the hell?
You did.
I was just fucking around with some shit.
Yo.
What's good, YouTube?
What is poppin', NFG, man? We are back with another fucking reaction video, man. Listen, NFG, this is important. Euphoria. OBX.
Euphoria.
OBX, Outer Banks, whatever the fuck you want to pronounce, call it. This content is on NFG Club. This is why we built NFG Club. You can join it by hitting the subscribe button, going to the left, it'll say join.
How much does it cost, though? They want to know.
$2. Costs a pack of candy in Dollarama, okay? $2, right? And you will see all the Euphoria, OBX. This will be the last Euphoria video, Euphoria video on this channel. Alright?
Of all time.
Alright? If it isn't, clip this and say we're capping. But this is going to be the last one. So
That's public.
that's public. Go to NFG Club, subscribe to NFG Club. I see you guys always commenting, Euphoria, Outer Banks, a bunch of content. All that other outside content, it will all be done on the club.
Yeah.
So go to the club, man, if you want to see that content. Because it will not be on this main YouTube. We run TikTok. We have to take over TikTok real quick.
Yeah.
Right? So, Euphoria, Season 2, Episode 2, little, I think, like snippet type thing. I don't know really what this is. Just saw it on our homepage.
Yeah.
So, see what's popping. Let's get right into it.
Like and subscribe if you're new. Kid.
Dope.
Throughout the second episode, there's a reoccurring idea of desire, the difference between what the character...
Guess who's one of the directors of this show? Actually?
No, don't say some Riverdale. Don't say some Riverdale you. Is it Riverdale you?
Drake.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, low key, actually. It's a good one.
Makes
That's
perfect
good.
sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect
actually.
sense. It's perfect. I like that.
And
No.
he came up off of acting, so it's blessed. He knows what he's talking about.
yeah. There's too much tone in that talking about, bro. He's little slight someone, yo. He's not too big, yo. Relax.
It's like when you're gonna blow up on music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, Trish, I know him from music," and then you're be like, "What do you know about YouTube?"
Yeah.
Are you not gonna take offense to that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I would.
exactly.
But okay. No. Okay. Fair. No. I'll allow this call to be. This is a fair call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll allow this.
say they want versus what they actually want. With Nate being beaten unconscious, it just opened up this gateway into his...
So, with Nate just getting his ass fucking beat, we just start the show off like that and really captures the moment of how brutal this fucking show is. Like, bro, I want to watch Euphoria, but I think I'm going to wait a little bit. I spoiled a little bit of myself, but I'm going to definitely watch this show because this is the most outrageous show I've ever seen in my life. Low-key. I'm not going to lie. There's too much going on.
Desires and wants and needs.
Yo,
into desires and wants.
That's production.
That is insane production.
Yeah,
I bet you that camera costs like $20K, yo.
Yeah, 100% with the little crane design.
Bro, look at the robotic fucking like laser beam.
All of this is waterproof.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that's actually
That's
crazy.
some shit we need in the future.
Yeah, no cap.
We're filming under the sea.
Under the water.
Swimming with the sharks.
Yeah, bro, on Atlantis. We're gonna be the first one in Atlantis filming YouTube vlogs. Yo, what's good, YouTube?
The lost city of Atlantis.
Seriously? Yo, episode 1.
Wants and needs.
Nate goes into the future and plays his whole life out. She's perfect and she's beautiful and she's got blonde hair and then we'll have children and then we'll get married. And I think that brings him a great deal of comfort because it means he won't end up in the same place that his mum and dad did. But shooting them was really, really weird because I had to be nice. And that was peculiar because it's not often that I'm not doing something dark. Nurse! Nurse! The process of having his head caved in was really, really cool. I got to go to this studio and kind of get this cast made of my head, and then Tara, my makeup artist, we started at maybe 5 hours, and then it became 4 hours, and maybe 3.5 hours in the makeup chair, just lining the prosthetic up, which was my face, which would like squish my eye, and then I had a contact put in, And then the coolest thing about the prosthetic was the nurse could
You know what's
actually
crazy about being an actor though is there's no instant gratification
No.
at all, bro. You could be on set for like 8 hours every day
Yeah.
and not see your epi till like next week,
Yeah.
or like
But even look at
3 months later.
But look at this too. Look at like the fine detail you have to put in the makeup in order to like, cause look how close the camera is. Like you can't be like lacking at any part, or it would show because you're so damn close. So like everything has to be like the way the fucking eyes looking. Like, nah, yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy,
Bro, even makeup is like 4 hours, bro. Like he just said, like, bro, being an actor is not just like, oh, I'm gonna show up and then cut.
Ridiculous,
Oh, I just know my script.
Even a makeup artist is low key kind of tough now.
Yeah,
Thinking about it. Like
100%.
4 hours of just working on someone is like that's like straight low key too. Like, That's,
stitches through it. So they put like real stitches in my head, and I think by the end of it, we've done it so much, I started to get phantom pain. Like I'd see myself in the mirror and think that maybe my head was actually hurting.
oh yeah, I kind of fuck with you a little bit. Yeah, if you look at it, fuck with it.
Action.
You know what's actually really crazy is the first time Sam kind of mentions to me what he was going to do in season 2. I was at a baseball game and he randomly calls me and I answer and I go like behind the stands trying to hear what he's saying. And he goes, so what do you think's like the craziest thing Cassie would do season 2? I'm like, oh man, I don't know. And I'm trying to think
pregnant.
what is something Sam would come up with. He goes, what about Nate? Cassie and Nate. I lost it. I lost my mind. I was like, that's definitely something crazy. And my first
Spoiling.
response was, what about Maddie?
Maddie,
I think initially with the Nate and Cassie relationship, I didn't really understand it. I was worried that it was just a high school trope and just, you know, different people.
It's kind of cool. The one thing I will say about being like an actor and an actress, like, it's cool when like you're like, because they're talking about the character like in third person, like they're not the character, but they are the character. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of like you're like building like this little story of like what you would want your character, you know, like putting your input in, like how you want your character to like live in the show.
Yeah.
So like you kind of like it's your own creativity of like this character is kind of like me. So you're like putting your own twist on it. That's kind of cool though.
Whoa, they have no say though.
They do. Like, yeah, they do. Like Euphoria, like they actually let like the like Zendaya say like I think
Yeah,
like
but
Cassie,
she's a director.
Yeah, no, but I'm thinking like Cassie and like Maddie also. She said she was talking about like how she has more control on like how she wants Maddie to be like portrayed and shit. So like I think they do have like maybe not all like shows and shit, but like these I think they do. So I like that would be fun as fuck if I was an actress.
With different people. Then after talking to Sam and working with Sid, to me it became quite an important part and a development in his character, affecting what he thinks that love is and the kind of love that he's looking for.
Nate sent me the most beautiful text message this morning. Maddie was with Nate for so long, she's still kind of playing with the idea of, well, could we be back together? Playing her this season feels really internal.
Babysitting wasn't her first choice of a job.
Funny because season 1, they're like, Maddie never wanted a job.
I'm sorry, but 17-year-olds can't donate eggs.
But I think not being with Nate and having this like new sense of independence and realizing maybe she doesn't want to stay in this town forever. She definitely doesn't want to stay at home with her parents. So she, of course, finds a job babysitting for an extravagant chic woman who has beautiful clothing.
Hey, can you help me with this zipper?
My friend Bryn came in and helped us set design with all of her clothing because she just has the most beautiful clothing. She came in and brought a bunch of stuff from her shop. She owns a Ralda Vintage. It was like my dream closet.
Just drip.
Did a lot of vintage couture gowns and that was so fun. Like walking in and being able to try on all those gowns was definitely a highlight.
Faye came to live with Fez.
Don't touch nothing and don't go in my fucking room, alright?
I promise.
Want some of my sandwich?
Okay. Euphoria was my favorite show.
Did she get whooped and then...
Yeah, and then she's like, oh my god, okay.
What
The fuck is
It
this
was
show?
absolute masterpiece. A casting company, they reached out to me on Sam's behalf and they said, the director of Euphoria really wants you to audition. I was a huge fan. I thought everything they did was amazing. And I was like, whoa, that's too good to be true. I had this whole thing prepared and I was like studying like people that do heroin, like how they talk. I came in and I was doing it and Sam was like, okay, say it just like how you would say it. I didn't do anything! And then I started talking just like me and he was like, that's
You look
so
like
good.
you did a lot, bro. That mouth is covered, bro. What the fuck? Talking about...
Holy
Shit, I didn't do shit, bro.
You did a lot, yo. yo.
What the hell?
You did too much. Nah, yo.
I didn't know she was on heroin.
Her lips are so puffy. It looks like a bro. It looks like some Dutch shit.
Like, okay, if you say so, you make Euphoria, you would know.
Shooting Kat stuff has always been super fun. I mean, she lives so much in her fantasy, and we get to see it in a visual and immersive way, which has always made her so special to me. She's a very internal, imaginative person, and in episode 2, you kind of really see her struggle. She just started really exploring her romantic and sexual self. With Ethan, she thought of what it could be, and her fantasy will always be stronger than the reality.
Their relationship's in kind of a strange spot. Kat isn't into it anymore. It's like when you have like a partner and they're becoming distant and you're kind of like trying to go in even more, and I think you can just kind of feel distance.
Ethan?
They put this piece on me that like splurted a ton of blood, and it was fun to do that stunt. I just read that being surprised by whatever was happening. Probably for a second not understanding if it was a fantasy or not.
Sam's got a brilliant mind for compositing different ideas, like this visual pun with Game of Thrones.
That's what's the Maddie girl's real name?
Alexa Demi?
Oh, okay. Because this guy's last name is Perez. I thought he was.
Think have absolutely nothing to do with one another, yet when they enter his brain, they recombine and get spit out in the most elaborate,
Sounds like
strange
Jesus.
and exciting. They recombine and get spit out
Like an old ass, like grandpa version, but like, he kind of looks like Jesus.
in the most elaborate and strange and exciting, unique ways.
Kat, you need to smash all beauty standards.
But I can't even get out of bed.
You have to love yourself. You need to find your inner fucking warrior.
This came from a lot of conversations with me and Sam, where loving yourself is this self-help motto that's like stitched on pillows, and for me it was very yourself is this self-help motto.
She was thick as shit, yo.
That's the one I put first.
Is it? Wait. No, you're tripping.
No.
That's like stitched on pillows, and for me it was very personal because I have this expectation to be this confident person, which I have to say I'm not very confident at all, and there's this false perspective on me that like just because I'm a bigger person in like a world of thinner people that I have to, be really confident.
Kat, you just have to love yourself.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. I fucking hate myself. With Kat, she just has this fantasy of, can't you hear me? Like, I don't like myself, and nothing that you say can help that.
It became a funny way of addressing the suffocating nature of social media. I always feel like everyone's always giving advice to no one who's asking for it. I think that feeling of not being heard and not valuing the individual emotional experience is a larger struggle.
I think I deal with all of my pain through joking, and that may be good, that may be bad. Just to say I'm not a doctor, but I think there is humor in deeply dark things, and it being portrayed that way is relatable to a lot of people. Portrayed that way is relatable.
Look like me out here.
Yeah, she does actually change, like
Yeah, bro. Must have let her borrow it when they filmed that episode. Because I remember I went to LA, I'm pretty sure, with the castings and shit, just to link up with Drake, and then...
Yeah. Then you,
Because my bracelet was a little too long, so I remember I gave them... It must have been that.
To a lot of people.
Interesting.
Would you, like... That's one thing actors have to go through, is, like, no matter what sexuality you are... Like, Zendaya might be straight, right? But you have to... this is what the script says, kid.
Yeah, I just wouldn't play a gay guy.
Listen, bro. Your guy can transform through seasons. You
That's
don't
what
get
I'm
to choose what he transforms into.
No, if I had to kiss a guy, like, I'd probably do it.
Scene.
I wouldn't make out. If I had to kiss a guy, like a quick kiss, I would do it. But, like, if I had to make out with a guy, hell no. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just not
Is that... I don't know if that's... I think as an actor, you might have a say in that.
No, 100%.
You can be like, yo, that's against...
100%. No, I think, before they even ask you, they're going to ask you, are you comfortable with this? Like, are you okay with doing this? And they're going to be like, yeah, I'm good with this. Like, all right, bet, let's run. You know what I mean? They're going to propose the idea to you before. They can say, kiss this girl. They're like, hold up, I don't want to.
Okay, the girl, would they ask that?
Yes.
No. Do they ask you, are you comfortable kissing this girl?
Oh yeah, that too, probably too. Yeah, 100% too. Yeah, 100%. They definitely ask you because like.
Yeah, they probably ask you during auditions or some shit.
They're gonna probably ask you like. I assume I don't think they would just be like, oh, you're gonna do this, or you're gonna do that. They're probably gonna ask you, and if they can get around it, they'll probably be like, well, we really need you because we need da 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 da.
Yeah, we'll find someone else.
Yeah, or that too. That's what I mean. So like, it's one of those. But like, if for like Zendaya, they really can't find nobody else, so she kind of choose whether to do it.
Yeah. Just like me. Now streaming. HBO Max.
Anyways, man, that's gonna wrap it up for the video, man. Energy Gang, man. Like we said, if you want to see more of this content, go to the club, join the club. It's only $2 a month. You know, that's really nothing. We made it super affordable. You know, you guys are broke just like us, so.
Facts.
You know the vibes.
Student. Most of us are students out here.
Trying to just make it out.
$2 is, you know.
Tune. Anyways, let's wrap it up. So, peace.
Peace.